Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Paper Girls issue 5. And before I start talking about this issue, just want to give you guys a couple updates. Of course, I have Comic Uno episode 132, I think we're up to, and with that show, I review all the comics I read this week in one show, and here are the exclusive comics. We have Green Lantern issue 49, Eighth Seal issue 3, Tomboy issue 3, Detective Comics issue 49, Robin Hood Ongoing issue 19, A-Force issue 2, Batman and Robin Eternal issue 18, Captain Marvel issue 2, Nova issue 4, and Spidey issue 3. So if you want to go check out all those reviews, go to Comic Uno episode 132, which is annotated. But let's start talking about this book, Paper Girls issue 5. And this is the last part of the current story arc for Paper Girls. And Paper Girls really has become one of my favorite new titles. It's definitely a book I look forward to reading every month, which I'll talk about, that we have a giant break after this, because it's a Brian K. Vaughan book, and if you know, with his Saga book, he also takes a good amount of months off, and then goes back into the arc. So it seems like they're doing the same thing with Paper Girls. But yeah, love these covers. I actually just started organizing my comics again and putting stuff in boxes from last year. And one of my favorite things to put away was the Paper Girl books, because it's really cool to see all these bright colors for each comic. I love these covers. But let's see what's going on with story. But first, let's talk about the artwork. And as always, the artwork is gorgeous for this book. Really I would say, like, out of this world type artwork, because we're still figuring out, is this time travel, is this out of this world stuff, like, what's going on? So just gorgeous artwork. So yeah, I mean, creative, love it, so great. Alright, so let's start talking about the story though. So in this issue, we have our girls who are left behind, who are like, where's Erin? What do we do? Like, do we go back? And they're trying to figure out in their minds who these people are and what is time travel. So they actually find a place where they feel like Erin will be if it actually is time travel, and where they found the capsule in the first place. And then we learn that Erin wasn't kidnapped by bad people, because in the last issue you thought, because of the point of view of the girls, they seem like bad people. They just kidnapped Erin. But they actually are trying to help her with these bugs. It actually does heal her. So then they run into these adults who have these, like, giant dragons, and I guess owns this Apple-like company. Either it's, you know, Apple that we know, or something totally different. Or I guess an analogy of the Apple we know. And these adults kind of control it. And then we have this big kind of battle going on, or at least a big shining light, where they go forward in time, it looks like, and we see, spoiler alert, because this is a big cliffhanger, that Erin meets her future self, and she's like, who are you? So we'll find out exactly what world they're in, and then we have to wait until June for issue 6, which I'm a little upset about. We have to wait so many months. It's February now. Now we have to wait until June for another issue. And like I said, this is a book I look forward to every month to read. So it's gonna be a long wait, but definitely, hopefully, a well worth wait when we get issue 6. But I thought this was a very solid issue. I do feel like there was a lot going on because it was the final part of this issue, but still a lot of good shockers. I guess, you know, finding out that the boys were, you know, good people, and learning a little bit more about the time travel aspect, or it not being about space, but totally being about space, and learning about that. But I will say that's also the complicated part of this issue, and I guess a little bit of the negative of this issue is that there's a lot of information thrown at you, and this is probably an issue you would like to read twice, or, you know, more than twice, to kind of get the whole story and to get the whole idea of what this world's about, because they really do throw a lot of information to you. But I would say the thing that really made this issue was definitely the cliffhanger for me, where we find out Erin's older, or see Erin's older self, and not know her younger self, which is weird, and again, just trying to learn a little bit more about this world, because I would say this book is a lot about growing up. I don't think it was a coincidence that these girls are preteens when they start this book, and I feel like this book is very much also about growing up and how it feels to grow up. So it's interesting now to see them as, or at least one of them as teenagers, and also the big cliffhanger of where KJ is. Where did she go missing? Did she die? What happened here? So there's a lot of interesting aspects, and I'm already falling in love with all these characters, and obviously that's an important thing for a new book like this, and I'm falling in love with the plot, even though a lot of it's mysterious. So I thought this was a very solid ending. Again, I kind of wish they didn't throw so much information at us, but that's kind of the cool thing about Paper Girls too, is that you are thrown into this world that you really don't know. And again, artwork was beautiful, and the cliffhanger definitely gave me enough to say, yeah, I could totally wait until June, or totally can't wait until June for another issue. So Paper Girls issue 5 gets a solid 4 stars, and this actually was my pick of the week. It was the best issue I read this week, and I totally recommend you buy Paper Girls. If you haven't, I'm guessing a trade's going to come out really soon since the arc just ended, and totally pick it up because it's an awesome book and one of my favorites right now. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there's links from my comic book, like Father Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father Like Daughter. I'll see you guys later. Bye.